being the fastest quarterback you've never seen. I'll be right back. There's no quicker way to get into DFS. Play Super Draft today and see for yourself.
We're behind. They're all fired up. What we got to do? First place, our defense has got to go out there and take the ball. Then when we get the ball, we got to have 11 people that's going to do their job and try to score every time you get the football. If we do that, we'll be all right. Do that, we'll be all right.
Roll Tide family, happy Tuesday, February the 28th, the last day of February 2023. I am one of your hosts here. This is the CTS Horseman, and tonight the show is going to be a little bit different, but the same at the same time. I am Roll Tide and Rise Up, and I would like to shoot out to Iowa to pick up our good friend, Mr. William Bryant. Mr. William Bryant, come on in, sir.
So I want everybody to think here for a second. How much does this game mean to you? Because if it means something to you, you can't stand still. You understand? You play fast. You play strong. You go out there and dominate the guy you're playing against and make his ass quit. That's our trademark. That's our MO with the team. That's what people know us as.
Roll Tide.
Live from Wilson, Iowa, it's CTS Sports Room.
How you doing, Mr. Bryant?
I'm doing just great, man. How about you?
I'm good, man. Happy to be here. Good health. Another day, time to talk with you guys about some Alabama football. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. So I guess, we had a guest last week and he's back again this week. So I guess we're gonna swing down and pick him up. We're gonna pick up our good friend Rag Fitness. Come on in, sir. How you doing?
Roll Tide, roll, baby.
Roll on.
How you guys doing out there in CTS Sports Room land?
Hey man, we're good over here, brother. What about yourself?
Yes, sir. I'm doing great, man. Just another day.
Okay. And people, we have another special guest tonight. He goes by the name of Icebox, and he's coming out of Indiana by way of beautiful Alabama, though. Don't forget that. By way of beautiful Alabama. Come on in, Icebox. How you doing, sir?
I'm doing just wonderful. Roll Tide, fellas.
Roll Tide. Good to have you on the show, man. Good to have you on the show.
Hey, it's nice to be here. Thank you, guys.
All right. And last but not least, we got our good friend Nick Saban Jr. Nick Saban, come on in, man.
So what we do is important, but how we do what we do becomes more and more important. And that's for every guy here. We got to do it better. Our goal is to have the kind of team that nobody wants to play, and that means that we have to impose our will to dominate the competition all the time. It's all about what does it take to break you.
Roll Tide, brother.
College football.
Roll Tide.
Nothing personal. It's just gonna be business. Just remember, nothing personal. Just business.
Hey, and to all the posse out there in the chat, tonight we don't have Spencer with us. He has some stuff going on, so he won't be on the show tonight, but I know he's probably listening, so we're going to give a big Roll Tide to Spencer. How you doing, my friend, my brother? You know, Van Evans, I see Van Evans asking where Spencer. Yeah, Spencer got some stuff going on, but he's good, nothing bad. So he couldn't make it tonight, but you know, we're going to hold it down. And generally at this time, Spencer would do the dedication, but since he's not here, we won't have that segment. But what I will say is I'd just like to give a thanks to all the servicemen and servicewomen out there who are putting their life on the line for the country and for the safety of us. You know, so I would tip my hat to you guys and say job well done, and we thank you very much. Since we don't have the dedication tonight, but you know. But anyway, we're gonna keep on rolling. Hey, Nick, you want to put the TVMA up there, man?
Yes, sir.
You know, the words are gonna slang. You know.
Hey, just to let y'all know. Just to let y'all know. I don't know what's going on with my chat box, but I can't pull my chats up.
Yeah, okay. I don't see them either.
I see him. Mine is fine. I see we got a lot of people here. Jeff Stapleton, Roll Tide, Stephen Hicks, Van Edwards, Cindy Reed, AJ, Roll Tide, 6-0, Roll Tide, Blake McAdams, Roll Tide. Who else we got in here? That looks about it for right now. So, but I'm pretty sure everybody's will be jumping in.
Sorry,
I guess we're gonna get into it, fellas. And before we get started with the show, we have Icebox, but that's his trucker name. Icebox, because I want to thank Icebox personally for coming in. Icebox is actually a posse member that's in the chat, and I'm gonna let him, Mr. Icebox, if you don't mind, tell the people who you are when you're in the chat.
Oh, you're gonna do me that way? I told you I'm gonna say that just in case I blow you guys up. They won't know who I am. No, my name's Tommy, and that is my uncle sitting up there in that red shirt. And I just wanted to come on here and kind of shoot the crap with these fellas and have a good time.
Okay, so when you guys see Tommy in the box in the chat, and you hear William shouting out his nephew, that's him. Okay.
That's me. So, now, do you really think that you can imagine he ain't but 1 year older than me? Can you believe that?
This looks like
I have family where the uncle is younger than the nephew, so you know.
That's kind of what I was hoping for, but it didn't work out.
So, anyway, fellas, Nick Jr., what's the topic for tonight, sir?
If you're not hungry, then check yourself. If you're not hungry, then check yourself.
If you're not hungry, check yourself. You know, if you come in for the NIL instead of coming in to trust the process and to win a championship at the University of Alabama, then, you know, now's the time to exit. Now is the time to leave the program. It's not about me. It's not about what I can do. It's about the team. It's about the process. And we're looking, you know, at Alabama, and those fans are looking for Alabama to build that that dominance, that mindset that they had before, man. You know, we want to see that back. We want to have these guys dialed in, you know, coming to play, not just here to be gone tomorrow. You know, if they don't get what they want, if it's not, you know, I don't get to run the ball as much as I need to. I don't get many targets. As, you know, it's about me, you know, the NIL and what I can do for myself. What you do for the team translate in what happens to you later on, you know, because you're not winning a championship by yourself. You're not winning the SEC championship by yourself. This is a team sport, and it takes everybody to be dialed in and 100% committed for this thing to work. And that's what we're hoping to get back to. The last couple of years we didn't kind of seen some of the play now is like we like it. We always say we're sport fans. I'll be the first to tell you I'm spoiled, and I know every day is not going to be great. Every day is not going to be blue skies and sunshine, but the way the program has been going as of the last 2 years is kind of getting away, and I think Nick Saban is trying to put it back on the right track. So I'm gonna go around the table here. Starting with you, Rags. What do you think of? I mean, like the NIL. Listen, if you're here for the fame, or you here to be a Crimson Tide, do you want that? Do you want to wear that script A? Is that why you're here? You're here just so Alabama can get you the next best thing. What do you think?
Oh, you most definitely need to be in the program and buy in the program. Now, I know it's flashy. It's a flashy thing to come to Alabama. I mean, you hear most of the recruits say, hey, man, this is a dream come true to be offered a scholarship by Mr. Nick Saban. You know what I mean? But when you get offered that scholarship by Mr. Nick Saban, you better believe that the NIL stuff, that's stacking. Whatever job when you come into this program, we are coming to recruit you, to put you in position to win national championships. We're putting you in position to actually become a great individual, great young man. You got to get your schoolwork. You got to do what you got to do. He's putting you in position to learn the process, and you can take this process throughout your whole life and use it in situations that you need. So when you come to the University of Alabama, you need to be ready with the hard hat on, like my guy Spencer does. Put the hard hat on, man. Get ready to work.
Right. All right. Icebox, our esteemed guest tonight. How do you feel about it, sir?
Well, I'll tell you what, fellas, I'm going to be honest with you. NIL, I really don't care much about that. I really am kind of glad for the players, to be honest with you. But you look at Bryce Young and Will Anderson, they didn't have to play in that Kansas State game, and they come and they played and they showed pride for Alabama. That's the kind of players that we need and we want to get out there and give everything they've got. Bryce has got all kinds of money going to come to him, but he elected to come play for us and showed out. And Will Anderson, and I'm sure a few more of them did. Those two's just what everybody knows. And I tell you what, them boys made me proud. And, more money to them, that's fine with me, NIL. But come here to play for Alabama and be a team player, and let's get after it.
All right. Okay. William, I already know how you feel, but I want to hear you say it. So give us your two cents, sir.
Okay. I got a couple of responses, though, to some in the chat. Sam, that is moonshine. It's 70 proof here, AJ. So I'm going to be feeling pretty good. Sam, it's not my favorite. I mean, even though it's 70 proof, I'll be hanging from the ceiling here in a little bit, probably. Time I finish it. It's only half the field, but anyway, it's pretty good. But no, me personally, this is something that the NCAA has got to divide personal, each individual from being a team, and that's my point on being the NIL. That's what it's doing, because it's sitting, because everybody's not going to get the money. Okay, there's going to be some team members that's not. Bryce Young, bless his heart, he did share. He got the players. What was the headsets or something? I remember something like that. But and I commend him for that. But for me, I just don't see that as being team. Unity. But it's I don't forgot. What was the question again?
70 proof.
Take another step there. You'll get it back.
So, William, let me ask you a question. You been hanging out with Stetson Bennett? You been hanging out with Stetson Bennett?
He's laughing. It's not like he wants it. You're sideways, man. Did you do that on purpose?
He ain't sideways. It's your drinking.
Rags went sideways on us.
You do that on purpose, ain't you?
Anyway, I'm gonna go to you. I'm gonna go to you, Nick.
Oh, well, sideways.
Oh, snap. Hey, so this year we didn't succeed. We didn't reach our goals. This season took me kind of back to 2019 season. Lost 2 games. Felt like people was kind of there for themselves, not for team. And I felt like some of the coaches probably could have been the same exact way. Matter of fact, more of the coaches this season than the players, because I didn't feel like Bill O'Brien actually really wanted to be there, because after last season, the season before that, he was really trying to get back to the NFL.
Right.
He still ain't a job, so he come back to the attitude. He's an old stubborn guy. He's one of them old stubborn guys that is my way and nothing else, and that didn't help this year. Nick Saban, before the Auburn game, Nick Saban and Bill O'Brien, Bryce Young, they had to have a come to Jesus meeting. That tells you a lot about the season right there. Bryce Young expressions this season on the field, it wasn't always there. It didn't look Bryce Youngish. Will Anderson, the defensive play calling, I don't know what was going on in there, but Anderson and Dallas Turner, I don't think they was put in the best situations. I'll go back to what I'm saying is, guys, it's time to work. Another thing, do y'all think Armstrong was running away for something? I know the job he got will step up, but do y'all think he was really, his mindset was set for Alabama? And if not, he gone now, whatever. But what I'm saying, all that needs to leave the building. It's time to check yourself at the door. It's time to come in. Hey, let's get on these books, because you're a student athlete first. Student first. So let's get on the book so you can get on this field. Let's get on the field. Let's tighten them cleats up. Let's get to work. Let's get in the film room. Put down, get all we need to know. Instead of sitting back playing Madden and 2K all them times, let's get in this playbook. Let's come before practice and after practice. Stay later and get the extra reps. Let's do this, because this season is very critical to get back in this playoff and win a natty. If the players on this team didn't feel disrespected by what David Pollock was saying on the national championship, they need to leave if they didn't feel the disrespect. If they didn't feel like they was disrespected by his comments, they need to leave. And I'm gonna tell you, after the spring game, it's gonna be some more. It's gonna be some more exit in the building. It's gonna be a lot more people exiting the building, and that's okay, because this not. Hey, Alabama ain't for everybody. Alabama ain't for everybody, and if you ain't willing to come work, this is not the place you need to be. That's why Kevin Steele is back in the building. That's why you see all these older heads coming back with the newer mindset guys, because we finna change things up. We finna get back to the basics with a little twist. Like I told somebody in my company before, we making a national championship gumbo right now. We're making a national championship gumbo. If you're not part of this if you don't want to be part of this gumbo, hit the door. Now personal is business. Now personal is just business.
I like that phrase.
As far as what you were saying about Armstrong, Nick, I don't know. I don't know if he was running from anything, or, I know that he did get the coordinator job down in Florida, and he's probably more familiar with Sunbelt Billy, as they call him. Yeah. And so that could be a reason. Or, I heard through the grapevine, I don't know how true this is. I'm not there. I don't, I'm not privy. I'm just one of us, regular guy that goes to work day in, day out, or whatever. But I heard that Saban has been kind of laying the law down. Maybe he's not used to that too. Maybe like, but he has to lay the law. Somebody has to lay the law down. So I was hoping he stayed because I liked what he was doing at Southern Miss.
Mm-hmm.
I really, like his track record. But like something you said, Kevin Steele is back. We got a young man that we really don't know much about, but I hope you just said the term gumbo, right? I hope the old ingredients with the new ingredients mesh together to bring a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful dish out, delectable to the palate. I'm using big terms, y'all. I'm hoping that Steele can bring that no nonsense that he's, that the old school Alabama, but can also be keen enough to listen to the new guy and like, hey man, listen, this, and they work together. And man, I have high hopes for this season. I really do. Go back to you, Nick. What you got?
And add to that, what we haven't been seeing the past couple of years is Nick Saban coaching the coaches like he used to do. And that's what we're hearing this offseason. He's back to coaching the coaches because I feel like it got kind of weak. Remember when Dan Enos just up and left? That's when I started feeling Nick Saban started laying off a little bit because people were just up and leave. I remember Josh Gaddis went to Michigan. He went to Michigan for a job. Dan Enos just left, so I felt like he got kind of soft after that a little bit. I don't know, but he's back to coaching the coaches this season. That's what we've been hearing on the all season.
Right.
You know what, Nick Saban, Jr., man, I think that's something that us as an Alabama community, we don't like to admit to, we don't like to talk about, that Nick Saban may have let off the pedal just a little bit. And he may have got a little lackadaisical. I mean, we used to the Nick Saban, the hard hat Nick Saban, the no nonsense Nick Saban, the process Nick Saban. And maybe he let off just a little bit. But what I think Nick Saban did, right? I think he went home and he looked in the mirror. And one thing that we have as an Alabama community that we take for granted is Miss Terry. Because Miss Terry, she called Nick Saban in there and she'd get them together and say, hey, Nick, you're getting a little soft, man. You know what I'm saying? And another thing, that daggone David Pollock, when he had his septic tank mouth was spitting all that sewage out of his mouth during that national championship, that put something under Saban, man. And all of us as human beings, sometimes we need a little kick in the butt. And I think that was Nick Saban's kick in the butt. And when he got a hold to all these coaches, look at how Clinton did. You hear what he said? Hey, man, he is there. Like I said, he's on a tear. He's on a rampage. And I believe you're going to see a different Nick Saban, not only a different Alabama football team, you're going to see a different Nick Saban. And we all know you follow leadership. I'm telling you, man, I get goosebumps when I talk about it. These boys are going to be, it's going to be pursuit drills at practice. They're going to be flying to the ball. They're going to be hitting, tackling. It's going to be a lot of lost yardage. It ain't going to be no yards after the catch, none of that stuff. I mean, they're going to be flying to the ball, man. You're going to see it from the head guy on down. And with Kevin Steele, like I say, Kevin Steele is just an extension of Nick Saban. He's going to be a hard-nosed guy. He's going to be getting on to these guys. He's going to have them ready to play football. You best to believe that. They're going to be ready to play some football, man.
Okay. Icebox, what do you think, sir? You think we finna see some headsets working?
Man, I tell you what, these last tough couple of years, Lord have mercy. I miss that old time football. I'm telling you that right now. Them boys get out there and do some slobber knocking and hitting them boys. And I tell you what, it's been a disappointing defense for the last couple of years. And I tell you what, Armstrong, let him go. I mean, I was all jacked up, and I was high on him too. Man, I was looking forward for another good defense. I was just biting at the teeth. And I tell you what, though, this other coach that they got, I read in there some of his stats, like 121 losses. I believe it was behind the line for losses. That's pretty good coming out from them linebackers like that. And we've been sorely missing it. And pass rushers and running from the edge, we just ain't got it. We haven't had the coaching for it, one of the two, I'll tell you that. Because you can't blame them young men out there because they play hard. You know they do. And they're going to show out. So I'm kind of blaming it on the coaches. I would like to see, I'll be honest with you, them cornerbacks Because, man, we used to have some that could close the gap and make you regret catching that ball. And I kind of miss that kind of stuff. That's what I'm looking for. You know, I believe, like he said, Saban got soft. I don't know if he's trying to do it publicly, but, hey, let's get him back out there where he's spanking rear ends on them quarterbacks again. Let him get after them.
All right. William, sir?
I want to say 6-0. I think it's an honor that I'm being able to be on here with my nephew. He's a good fellow, and I'm proud to have him as my nephew. Anyway, yeah, I want to see that smash mouth, getting back there, getting your face shit. I mean, I want the damn offensive line saying, you ain't passing this right here. You ain't going to get by here. And then we're going to have our other guys covering their receivers downfield to where that fucking quarterback ain't even going to know where they got him throw. It's going to be so fucked up. And now I want to see I want to see another Minka Fitzpatrick that'll come off a damn fucking safety, and I'm going to say, okay, who's my bitch now? Which one am I going to get? Who motherfucker is going to get today? Okay, I'm going after the quarterback. Wow! There you go. That's what I want. I want to see them edge rushers do that too. Okay, yeah, okay. We know we're going after the quarterback. That's our job right here, the edge rushers. I'm gonna get him.
Well,
yeah.
So
I want to see that, and I don't want no mamby-pambies. If you just gonna come out there and think, well, we're just gonna stay in here for 4 years there, and maybe get into the NFL. How you gonna get to the NFL if you ain't gonna do any damn thing? Get out there and show me on the damn field what you want to do. Show it to me.
Hey man, I have to read this. Van Edwards, man, that man is crazy.
Is he on fire again tonight?
Yes. He said he on his linebacker like it's prom night.
Yeah.
Hey, I can't read no comments, but I love Van Edwards. I'll tell you what.
Man, you got to come on the show, brother. Please.
Hey, I'm begging you. Come on here.
But listen, to round this topic off we're talking about now, I think, honestly, man, I looked at Nick Saban, especially last season, in some interviews, and on the sideline, and we all know that that's not the Nick Saban we used to. Man, listen, we could be winning 56-3 with 15 seconds left. And if Alabama lets somebody get a garbage touchdown, Nick Saban is breaking headsets. He's throwing that headset, man, he's losing it. And in the past, especially the past 2 years, but he wasn't getting upset. He was just, I think Nick knew what he had, and he knew that he couldn't do anything about it. All he could do was ride that wave out until he can, start to rebuild the team with coaches and players like he needed. I think he knew that, like Nick, you said, and I have always said that Bill O'Brien didn't want to be there. He did everything in his power after his first season to get back in the NFL, and it just didn't happen. So he had another year in his contract, and therefore he was there. And we just had to kind of suffer with it, and it is what it is. Is in the past now.
Yeah.
So we're looking ahead. Go ahead, William.
I just want to publicly state right here between all our friends in the chat and with you fellas here, I want to publicly state that if Nick Saban fucks up a damn headset, I'll buy him one. now are y'all with me? If he breaks my one.
I got to see some headset breaking. I know Alabama football is being played when some headsets are being broken. That's what I'm like. Hey, that's even if we lose the game. Listen, break some headsets, brother. Get upset. You know,
Yeah.
I know he's older and you don't have the intensity that you had 15 years ago, but I know that Nick Saban he's an alpha male. The fight is in him. He's very competitive. So the way I see him sit on the sideline and just like, hey man, it is what it is. And that's the look he had on his face, like it is what it is.
Did you know
press conferences and he wouldn't down anyone. That's not his character. He didn't say anything bad about Pete. He didn't say anything bad about the players, or did he say anything bad about O'Brien? But in the back of his head, in the back of his mind, he knew that this has to change. David Pollock was the TNT that made it explode. It was already there. I think that the match was lit. David Pollock just put the gunpowder to it. That's what happened. And
did you notice how the defense played once in that Ole Miss game during that fourth quarter? Once he got down there right there next to damn fucking Pete Golden, it fucking changed, buddy.
Right.
Once he got down next to him, you know, Pete Golden say, "What the fuck? You usually don't follow me. What the hell?
Right.
I better do something."
Right.
And they changed, man.
Okay.
So,
right. So, y'all know we have the part of the show we call segments. We bring up a topic we want to talk about. And Icebox, I don't know if you had anything specific, close to your heart that you may want to speak about. It don't have to be my own, if anything at all.
Well, I'll tell you what, you about to make me cry. I'm going to tell you that right now. I come up here to Indiana. I've been away from Bama probably for about a year and a half. I ain't seen no Alabama stuff up here whatsoever outside of me. And I went to Walmart the other day, and this gentleman come walking out, and he had a hat on just like you got on right now.
Yeah.
I looked at him, and he probably thought I was being a little strange. I mean, I just stared him down. I was piercing at him. And he looked at me, and I go like this. I said, "I love that hat you got on, young man." He goes, "Well, thank you, sir," and started walking on. And I said, "Roll Tide to you." He goes, "Roll Tide." And I got through the door, and my wife's looking at me. And I was like, "This right here." She said, "What's wrong?" I said, "That man said Roll Tide." And I was so daggone happy. But I see that hat, man. Oh, you just about broke my heart.
But I kind of understand that because other day I went to Walmart and I seen a dude with an Iowa State shirt on, and I'm looking at him. He all built and ripped and stuff. So I usually don't just say anything, but I asked, I said, "Do you play football or something?" Then another dude came in right behind me. He said, "Iowa State shirt." I said, "That's why I asked, do you play football?" Because I never seen an Iowa State shirt down in my neck of the woods. I'm like, the way he looked, it was like he could have played football. I was like, he said he worked there before, but I'm like, I just had to ask because I didn't know nobody down here was an Iowa State fan.
Okay. Tell you what, Brock. I'm gonna get your address.
Bring that Van Edwards there. The last thing that Van Edwards, can y'all post that up there and read that? Somebody.
I can't click it because my comments.
Yeah.
William Mr. Wilson, he's trying to get to the government.
Yeah, I'm trying to get the government to fine Paul Finebaugh for killing the ozone with the sun reflecting off his goofy ass head. Get it done.
Hey, tell man to keep him coming. I'm gonna watch the replay so I can see what he says.
Yes, sir, Icebox. I'm gonna get your information from William, and we're gonna send you some Alabama stuff. Since you up there in the land where you don't get that, we'll definitely.
Hey, it gets cold and lonely up here, fellas. I need some Alabama stuff. Jeez.
I got you. So I'm gonna go
down
to
people talking about go Hawkeyes or some Indiana. I'm like, what?
Yeah.
Hey, I'm tired of these Notre Dame and Purdue's and Indiana fans. I was right.
All right, Rags, do you have anything to your heart you want to talk about tonight, sir?
I don't know if it's really a topic, man, but I just want to say, man, we are entering a special time of the year, man. We got the springtime. Tomorrow's March 1st, man. It's getting ready to be some spring football being played. We're gonna find out who's gonna be moved up the depth chart. We're gonna find out who's gonna get a little bit more playing time. It may be some switching of positions. I mean, man, it's gonna be some interesting stuff we're gonna find out here soon. We may not get what we want. It's gonna be some vanilla stuff going on, man. But hey, guys, it's springtime. Now just think, we were just counting down, man. January 1st. It's moving fast. So before you know it, hey, it's gonna be September. We're gonna be watching some Texas, Alabama. That's a good thing, guys. It's good that we play a team like Texas first. We get tried early. You know, we're not like Georgia. You know, they may play these cupcake teams, and then when it's time to get tried, this year it's gonna be tough on them. But with us, man, we're gonna get tried early, and that's always a good thing. I don't care if we beat them by half a point, if it was a such thing. As long as we beat them, and it's good to get tried early. And that's what I want to say, man. It's almost that time, fellas. It's almost that time.
Yes, sir.
Right.
Spring.
Okay. Cool. All right. Well, William, you have anything you want to talk about tonight, sir? Anything on your mind?
Well, 6-0 asked the question, and I'm going to make that my topic anyway.
Okay.
6-0 asked the question about Bryce Young's size. Is that going to affect his draft grade? And it's twofold. The other part of it is, shit, I'm going to have to look back now. Hang on just a minute. It was twofold. It's, and if the team, or if an NFL team will trade up for him, do you think that's any way possible if that's going to happen? So anybody got any ideas on those two things?
Me, I don't think it affect them. I don't think it affect them. They're just talking heads, just having something to talk about. Because if you watch Bryce Young college football career, regardless of his size or not, if you need a quarterback on your team, you're not going to pass on him for Will Levis. You're not going to pass on him for Anthony Richardson. If you need a quarterback on your team and you can get Bryce Young. So all that crap folks be putting out there and all that crap is freaking ridiculous. You can be scared to draft. Somebody can say they can be scared to draft Bryce Young, but at the same time, you say you're high on Anthony Richardson. What the hell?
Right.
Right. What the hell?
Right.
And when somebody try to trade her, I think the Bears are looking around to seek a trade for their first round pick. So yes, I think somebody trade up to get Bryce Young.
Okay.
Come on, Indianapolis. Let's go.
Go with it.
As far as the size, people forget Kyler Murray. People forget about Kyler Murray. You know, and he was the first pick in the NFL draft couple of drafts back. So I don't think the size has anything to do with it. I'm with Nick as far as, you know, people need something to talk about. What they call it, shock value or to just, you know, to get you to listen, get you to tune in and see what they're talking about. Trading up, I can see a couple of teams. Chicago one, Indianapolis, Indiana. You know, the Colts could trade up as well.
Cause you know Chicago got the first round pick. They have a first round pick.
Wow.
Did they get it from Houston?
Yeah, I thought what's gonna have the first round pick.
No, I think the way the season ended what made Chicago get the first round draft pick. And I think that was part of the reason why whatchamacallit got fired. Because they mad he won a game or something like that.
So Houston don't have a number one draft pick?
Chicago.
I thought it was Houston myself. I thought Houston had the number one pick.
Spencer mentioned Michael Vick.
What?
So, yeah, I don't know why he mentioned that unless it's size. I guess if we're talking about size, I don't know.
No.
Yeah, Vic wasn't the tallest. I know you're taller than Bryce probably, but he wasn't the tallest at all.
Yeah.
So I don't know. Rags, what do you think about Bryce's size. I mean, we know he's not the tallest guy, but we see what he can do.
Hey, I agree with y'all, man. I don't believe his size gonna have nothing to do with it, but it's just him being a good player, man. It's a gift and a curse. You know, being a good player, that means you're gonna be probably the first draft pick, and usually when you're the first draft pick, you go to the worst team. So, man, I don't know. Hopefully they get him somewhere where he got some tools or somebody to work with, man. I mean, that's gonna be his only downfall. I mean, you see he could process the play real quick. I mean, they get him somebody who can catch the ball. I believe he'll get it out there to him, man. I believe they're gonna have a real good quarterback, whoever pick it.
Detroit is a quarterback killer.
I don't care about Detroit now.
Detroit is a quarterback killer, man. I'm sorry. You know, Lord have mercy. I pray for the guy if he goes.
And the thing about Bryce, it's not even more. For me, it's not even more the weapons. I just hope they can get this man an offensive line. Like, don't draft him if you ain't got offensive lineman. Then you go out and get a freaking defensive lineman, and when you could have got a high end offensive lineman. If you're gonna get Bryce, please protect this man. Please protect the man, because if you don't, that's when his size gonna play a factor in this. You know.
Okay. Cool.
Van's got Chicago picking Will Anderson.
Hey,
and
what do you guys think Jameer Gibbs is gonna go? What number do you think he's gonna go? You think he's gonna go first round, maybe second round? What do you think Jameer Gibbs gonna end up?
I think he probably go late first, early second.
Yeah.
Now,
have a good combine.
Yeah, that's what I was about to say. Depending on what he do in the combine, if he go crazy like I think he's going crazy, he going in the first, and I think it'll be late first.
You know, there's rumors out there saying that guy may run a 4.2, 4.1 40, man.
Yeah.
I mean, you can see it on field. You can see it on field when that guy runs. He's got a different gear. When he really kicks in, man, it's ugly.
Right.
So he may break some records, man. I don't know,
man. I just know whoever get Gibbs, boy, they got them one. They got
just
one.
Imagine if we had Gibbs a little bit earlier. We had him for about 2 or 3 years, man. Oh my God.
Right.
Perfect candidate, I'm telling you, man. I wish he would have stayed another. But hey, I understand.
I agree.
I'm sorry, I'm with you, Rags. I wish he would play one more year with us.
One more.
He would be such a household name. I'm telling you. I have Eddie Lacy, one of my all-time dadgum favorites. Oh, he was so fun to watch. And Mark Gibbs come on the scene from Georgia Tech. Man, from the first game, you could tell how good this young man was. Oh, just give us one more year, I was hoping, but dang you.
Okay.
Hey, I see Van Edwards just said the Dolphins need to get Gibbs. Could you imagine Gibbs, Tyreek Hill, and Waddle on the field at the same time? I mean, that's just speed.
That's too much speed, bro.
Need for speed, man.
But listen, think about this. They already got that dude Raheem. He a speedster. So they would have, man, that backfield would be so crazy. With the dudes on out with Tyreek. Oh my God.
Yeah.
Oh man, it'll be traffic tickets given out every Sunday. It'll be traffic tickets.
Nick, we gonna roll over to you, man. You have a topic for tonight.
Yeah. So my topic is what coach and what position will benefit the most for Alabama. So what I'm saying is, for instance, offensive line with Eric Wolford, running backs with I can't even think his name right now, the running back coach. Tight ends with Joe Cox, linebackers with Robert Balla. You know what I'm saying? What position coaches will benefit them this season? Who I think, honestly, I think it's gonna be Eric Wolford. I got 2 of them, Eric Wolford and Joe Cox in the tight ends. I think that position will benefit the most out of those coaches and that position. I think that benefits Alabama the most this season.
I agree with you, especially about that O-line. I really agree with you on that one, man. And if Eric can get those boys in the shape, which I know he can, and get everybody on the same page, brought into that process, man. Listen, I know we was talking about Gibbs, and we was hoping he stay another season. But, man, we still got a backfield back there, running backs, that's crazy. And I think these guys has been shortchanged because they haven't been able to show what they really were because the O-line was – I mean, it's just it's been a bad time. Yeah. But, man, you talking about McClellan. You talking about Miller. That dude's like a pinball, man. I didn't even understand. I didn't understand like Williams. We got what's the young boy we just got from
Justin Hayes.
Man, dude, if we get the O-line to jail, like I think that they will, woo, Lord have mercy.
Good. It's gonna be
so
good.
The O-line is one for me, and the other is the D-line. What Iceball was talking about, getting the boys back there, man. Tackles for loss, sacks, disrupting the quarterback. That just makes it easier for the corners and the linebackers to do. Man, I'm telling you, if we can get that O-line and that D-line in sync and together, it's gonna be hell and high water for whoever we're facing, man. It's gonna be It's gonna be hard. Go ahead, Nick.
So I just did my little defensive series, basically on my channel with going over the position groups, and when I went to the defense, I did the linebackers and I did the secondary and I did defensive online, and everything I said when I talk about the linebackers and the secondary, it reflects back to the defensive line, because if you look back in the past, the reason why we get turnover, we got some interceptions, is because we're disruptive. We put pressure on the quarterback. We disrupted the quarterback. We made them make bad decisions, quick decisions. Even with the linebackers, the defensive line, when they do the right thing, it takes pressure off the linebackers. I even said this about my linebacker video. That's coming out tomorrow. A linebacker video that I wasn't the biggest fan of here in Toa. I think he's a Pac-12 type linebacker, a USC type linebacker. But when your defensive line is not being disruptive, when you got to call plays and make sure everybody else is doing what they're supposed to do, and on top of that, you got to do what you're supposed to do, it doesn't help at all. It didn't help him at all. On top of that, I'm not the biggest fan of him, but when I reflect back and look at the overall thing, that didn't help him at all.
It didn't. It didn't. You got to get pressure on that quarterback. Like I say, man, that quarterback got too much time, man. He can sit back there and process and do what he want to do. Now, I tell you this, if we can get Jaheim Otis, and I believe he's going to be a monster in that middle, you know what that creates? That creates double teams. You know what double teams create? It lets somebody, leaving somebody
free somebody up.
Now, you got my guy, Dallas Turner out there. I believe he is going to be an All-American. You got Chris Braswell. He's not that bad himself. You got some of them other defensive line. I mean, it's going to create some openings from somebody with Otis being as good as he is, them double teams, man. And he's going to be part of that guy. If he can stay healthy, and we're going to pray for a healthy Alabama team this year, because I believe a healthy Alabama team is a national champion team. You know what I mean? If we got that, I don't believe nobody really want to step in our way this year, man.
Woo!
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Iceball, your uncle was crazy, man. I'll just tell you that right now. I know you knew it.
You know how it is. You can pick your friends, but you know how it goes the rest of the way. Hey, I'll tell you what.
Go ahead.
I was going to ask Iceball how he feel about what do you
go ahead.
What position
well,
you
know,
key?
I'm a defensive guy. I talked to a guy just the other day. I said, "What you think?" And then he told me, he said, if we could get back to that old-fashioned defense, and people who said it's boring, well, I understand. Offense sells tickets, but man, that defense wins championships.
Mhm.
And as Brad was talking, I was reminded. Wimp Sanderson said, he used to bet a lot of money on football games, and they asked him something about who they was playing. And he goes, they're going to lose. He goes, why? He said, well, they ain't got no O-line. It all starts right there in the middle, the O-line and the D-line, and it builds on back from there. My favorite positions, I'll be honest with you, is secondaries because them boys play their hearts out, and linebackers, but it all starts right there in the middle. You get that done, the rest of it's easy.
Yep. That's facts.
All right,
That's 100%
William.
facts.
And then you guys still
Horn it up.
Go ahead, Rags.
Oh no, I'm saying you was pouring up the ball. No, go
Yeah, I
ahead,
know
go
you
ahead.
better feeling good.
I'll finish it, folks. There's just a little drop in
Hold
there.
on.
Anyway, and then you get fucking players like we have with Reuben Foster come off the fucking edge and wham, hit that goddamn fucking quarterback. Didn't even know what the fuck hit him. Where'd he come from? Goddamn, where'd he go? There you go. And then on the offense, we get guys. I guess they're tight ends. What was it? Tight ends? Was it the Devontae Smith and what's the other one? O.J. Howard. Shit, they have done down the damn field, man. Before anybody even seen where's these guys at? I'm waiting on the ball down here. Hey, here I am. Yeah, I like both of them. I like the offense and defense. Defense that come around the edge there and wham, hit that damn quarterback. I want to get that, man.
Hey, I believe in the secondary, we're getting one of those throwback vintage style Alabama players in Caleb Downs. There's going to be another guy we can pay attention to during the spring, man. I believe he's going to give us that throwback vintage type look. We're going to fall in love with that guy, man. We're going to fall in love with him.
I do too.
What you got, Nick Jr.?
And don't be surprised a little junior emerged this season.
That's what we need. It's going to be nasty. See those names that we're calling out? These are names that we're forgetting about, man. That we're going to see these guys in the spring. Oh, man. Hey, it's this guy on defensive line. I know a lot of us probably don't know about it, but I watched him coming out of high school. His name is Curtis Perry.
Perry.
He's you know about him. He's a defensive lineman. He also ran the ball as a big running back sometimes in high school. So he's athletic. He's kind of agile a little bit. I want to see what that guy is able to do, man. Hopefully he take that next step and, get a little playing time.
Right. Okay. I'm looking. I think we're gonna have a sleeper. In Yanze Pierre. I think that guy's gonna. I think he's gonna surprise us a little bit, man. I met that young man. I met Yanze Pierre, McElderry, and what's the guy out of I think he out in Illinois? Big dude. Big dude. No.
Oh, McVay?
McVay. I met when I was talking to you guys earlier about I went home for the reunion. Mm-hmm. I guess Alabama was hosting them that weekend. They were staying in the same hotel as me. And I listen, I'm 6 foot, maybe 6'1" on a good day, about 240. When I tell you I'm standing between McElderry and McVay, and I look like I'm Bryce Young. I'm like, good Lord, these boys feeding, man. I don't know the hell y'all parents feeding y'all. I don't know how they feed y'all. You like the house up.
Rise up. I second that one, dog. Listen, I went to the Under Armour game, right? And I had a chance to kind of stand by that McVay guy. He was wearing number 58. Man, that boy is huge. And I got a chance to talk to his dad. His dad was standing behind me. If you look at one of the videos I posted, I forgot which one it is. You can see me talking to him. But Man, that guy is huge. Like you said, McVay, it was another one. I talked to his dad too. He's a defensive lineman. His name is Ritno. I forgot his name. But that dude is going to be a beast. He's a big, solid defensive lineman, man. He's going to be a monster. I'm going to get his name. I'm going to make a video about him. But he's going to be a beast, man.
Yeah.
A lot of guys out there that I think that contribute right away, man. And McVay is one of them. He's a big
That's
guy.
a man. That's that man.
And you know he won a championship too. He won a state championship too.
Yeah, McVay, Miles McVay. Yeah, but I think Yonze Pierre is going to be a guy that we need to also, because he's an edge rusher, and I think we're gonna, he's gonna surprise us, man. I think he's gonna, be a pleasant surprise, which I'm happy about. Cause if anybody doing anything good for Alabama, I'm ecstatic. I'm more along the line. Wanted to talk about, because we don't have much time left, but I want to talk about the linebackers, since we got the new linebacker coach, and, this young guy. Like I said, I read some stats on him, and what I've read at Liberty is, good stuff I'm hearing, but we all know Liberty is not SEC or, different level of competition. But if what's our new linebacker coach name? I forget the guy's name.
Robert Balla.
Balla. I can't pronounce Balla. I hope he's Balla out. But
Balla.
But if he can get those guys together, man, because we do have a deep back. We do have a great linebacker room as well. We're not hurting in the linebacker room. I'm interested. I really want to see. Me personally, I want to see Blackshire. I want to see what this kid can do if we get him on the field healthy. Because, like I said before, man, when he signed to Alabama, when he committed, this is going into his third year. When he committed a couple of years back, I said, no way that guy's 18 years old, man. There's no possible way that this young man is in high school. Not legally. Somebody may afford the birth certificate or something. But this guy has to be all of 25 to 32. And he had a bill, man. I was looking at his high school film, and he was balling out. He's out of Texas. We know that Texas build him different. When Coach Saban go to recruit, there's certain states that he recruit heavily: Florida, Louisiana, Texas. Them three states, outside of Alabama, he recruits those states heavily, man. And I'm just hoping that we can put together a linebacker room that is out of sight, man. I mean, I'm talking about knocking heads off. I don't want nobody to get penalized, get kicked out, for no targeting. But I want them to do some legal hits that make their running back or whoever else got the ball think twice about coming up that middle. I want them to think like, bro, that dude hit me so hard. My granddad.
Don't give me that ball back.
My granddaddy came up out of the grave. He was like, well, I don't know what happened, bro. I'm talking about the 7.2 on the Richter scale type of hit. That's what I'm talking about. So I don't know, man. What do you guys feel about the linebacker room this year?
Hey guys, hopefully my phone, I'm trying to charge it up now. Hopefully it don't go dead. But I'm gonna get to the linebacker, but I look at what Dan Edwards and Stephen Hicks said. We need to set up a tent for the showdown in the quad. Security ain't ready for all of us. I agree, man. Maybe we need to do that one of these days, man. That would be good. Could y'all imagine going live down in the tent by the quad? That'd be crazy. Man. But yeah, man, that linebacker room, man, it's gonna be crazy. We got a lot of young guys, man. My only thing is I just hope they find some guys that can actually call the plays. If we get somebody that can do that, call the plays, get everybody in position, I think it's gonna be hell to pay, man. I know it's gonna be hell to pay.
Right. Mm.
So my thoughts. I'm like you what you said now. It was Liberty, but if you know that if you got the knowledge of the game and you can instill it into these Alabama players, that's great. I'm just hoping he can bring some of these turnovers, losses, and these sacks with him. That's all I'm expecting him. I want him to do that. I want him to instill the toughness in, like put these dudes in the right position, get them built back up to the Alabama line. You know what I'm saying, but I just want him to bring some of them turnover sacks and tackles with losses with him. That's all I want him to do, man.
That's what we need, man. The old style Bama football back, man. Turnovers, scoring on defense. I'm talking about pick sixes.
Right.
I'm talking about, you know what I like. Let me go on my rant real quick. I'm talking about I want you batting the ball down at the line of scrimmage. I'm talking about when you throw deep to the safety's going to pick it off. The cornerback's going to be locking them down. And I'm talking about I want my linebackers nasty. I'm talking about freak nasty. That's how I want them. Nasty, baby.
Preach it there, Rags. Preach, baby.
That's right.
That's what I'm talking about, man.
Right.
Okay. So we're gonna go around the room, man. I know your phone about to die, so Rags, I'm gonna start with you, man. Any last thoughts or things you want to throw out before we end this show tonight?
Hey, man, like I say, once again, I want to thank you guys for having me on the show. It was fun. I want to thank everybody that's in the chat, man, for coming to view and watch us, man. I do this any day of the week. Hey, man, it was just fun. I'm looking forward to the spring. I'm looking forward to the fall. And like I say, hopefully I get a chance to meet a lot of you guys, maybe a day or whenever we can go to a few games. But it's going to get good, guys. Just stay tuned. Keep rocking with us. The Four Horsemen, Rags of Fitness, Nick Saban Jr. Tune in, y'all. It's going to get fun. This is only the beginning. Only the beginning.
Okay. Our esteemed guest, Mr. Icebox up there. Any last thing you want to say for the night, man, before we close it out?
Well, I'll tell you what, guys, I had fun. I'll tell you that. I enjoy Rags. I enjoy every one of you turkeys every time I watch you guys. And I'm going to tell you what, we got the craziest fans I ever seen in my life. And I used to be that bad, but there's some vicious folks out there, and I sure am proud of them. I'll tell you that. But thanks, guys, for letting me come on and have some fun with you guys. And I hope y'all get some more guests on here. It's fun. Van, get on out here. Now, Brittany B. and I think, is it Linda P? I sure would like to see them on here and bring some class to the show, wouldn't y'all?
Yes, I would love. We would love it. We would love it. We would love
That's
it.
what we
Well, thanks for letting me come on.
Cindy,
I heard
Cindy
it. We're calling you out.
Cindy Reed, I like to see her on here too.
I want that.
Yes.
I want that.
Danny Edwards.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Hey, we're calling Van out. Hey, I done it. Better get on out here, Van. Come on, you can't let me show you out, buddy.
Stephen Hicks, get your ass out here.
Yep.
All right, William, anything?
I just want to reiterate what Tommy said. Last box history. You know who you are. You know who you are, okay? You're my nephew, brother, and I love you. I love every one of you. Nick Saban Jr., I love you.
Yes, sir.
Roll
Love you,
Tide, I love you. Roll Tide, I love you too. Spencer out there, I love you. Every one of you in the damn chat. I know I'm high as hell. I'm on that damn fucking I love you. Roll Tide with my title pal, brother. By the way, which also serves as a crying rag for the rest of you motherfuckers. Georgia, whoever the fuck you are, Tennessee, we got one coming for you. LSU, we got one coming for you. Anyone else. Fucking damn Texas, especially you, because we only beat you by one. You got one coming to you, brother. We're going to beat the hell out of you this goddamn time. This group we got coming, and the coaches we got, ain't no damn doubt in my mind that coach is going to put this shit together this spring. Watch and see. You're just going to see a little bit of it, okay? 8-day games just for that, so you can see a little bit of it. but he ain't gonna put his damn best out there. You can guarantee that. And Rags, I love you. Hope you come on again. Stephen Hicks, all that invitation to all of you. Brittany B, if you want to come on, hey, I'm glad with that. If the rest of them with that, I'm fucking high as a kite. Don't give a shit. But anyway, and this is your crying rag, motherfuckers. Fucking Georgia, Tennessee, fucking anybody else there. That's your crying rag. I'll be glad to wash the damn shit full of snot. Don't give a shit. Roll Tide.
Nick Jr. I like gonna come out of that.
Hey, y'all see why I chose Icebox, right?
So make sure y'all go subscribe to Rags and Fitness.
That's right.
Hey, get them to 1,000 subscribers so we can do the giveaway.
Right.
I'm gonna tell y'all the truth. He didn't tell nobody, but he really give it. We gotta get to 1,000 subscribers first, so he give it to me. So y'all help him get to 1,000 subscribers. But now, seriously, go subscribe if you're not subscribing. My channel, Nick Saban Jr. Sports Talk TV. Hey, I'm at 360 right now. I'm on the journey to 500. Hey, y'all help me get me there. Share it with everybody that y'all know that y'all think might be interested. And hey, shout out to KB, baby. I ain't talked to him in a while, but hey, shout out to KB.
Sure.
All love
sir.
KB, man. Shout out to KB and Spencer. We miss you, man. We miss you.
Yeah. Go ahead, Rex.
One more thing I want to say, man, and this is not a knock to nobody, but hey, I really feel like right now this is the number one. I love it, man. The number one Alabama sports talk show in the nation right now. Hey, you guys got something to say about that? You can get out here and scream them. But listen, CTS Sports Room, man, tune in. 4 Horsemen. I'm loving it, man. And like I said, this is just the beginning. Y'all stay tuned in. I know these guys are going to take this real far, man.
Hey, man, we appreciate that very much, brother.
We love you, bro.
And so, me, everybody in the chat, 6-0. Brock was in the chat earlier. I'm not sure if he's still in the chat.
Yes, sir.
Brock was
I'm sorry. Shout out to Brock, baby. Shout out to Brock. Brock, my bad. What's up,
Jeff, thanks to the Brittany B again. Like I said, man, the invitation is open to all you guys to come on here. We'd love to have you. Icebox, man, it was a great pleasure and honor to have you on the show. We'd love to have you again. Oh, man, it was fun. That's what we like to do, people. We have fun here. We talk sport. We like to have fun, man. We don't take it that serious, but we are serious about Alabama football, though. We are serious about Alabama football. And, you know, we curse and we didn't get drunk as hell back there. But it's all in love. And Joey, thank you for the platform. Spencer, love you, brother. Sorry you can be here with us tonight. You know, 6-0, we love to have you on the show. Cindy, all you guys, we love to have you here. And I'm going to end it like my man Rags do with a big roll tide. Roll tide.
Roll tide, roll, baby.
Roll tide.
Roll tide.
Posse
Posse up, man. Posse up.